What is up, everybody? How did your Friday go? Keeping my fingers crossed you had a wonderful Friday. You know, this time of year, for me at least, it's just, I don't so much like Thanksgiving because there's Psycho X memories attached to that, but Christmas was always cool. It was like every week it seemed like, I would let my employees go home early. I'd just sit back there, YouTubing it. This is far before I ever thought I would, get in front of a camera and talk. um, but yeah, just love this time of year. People seem a lot nicer too. For some reason, it was so weird. The other day I was at the store and I was just looking for my debit card because this jacket I'm wearing, it's a real nice jacket. It has like 1,000 pockets, it seems like. So I'm reaching, I'm looking for something, and this gentleman, he had just bought his stuff. He's like, "Hey man," he's like, "Do you need some money? Do you want me to buy that for you?" I'm like, "Oh no, man, I got it. Thank you though." He's like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Even if you have money, man, I'll pick that up for you." I was like, that's so cool, of him to have offered, and of course I declined. I don't, it's his hard-earned money, and hey, if he wants to, give it out to help people, so be it. But just, a nice man. And then you have your schemers. Yesterday, we have a weird exit here in Colorado. We have this street named Santa Fe, and Colorado did this huge. I mean, they're always doing construction here. They just finished this bridge that had been up for God, probably since Colorado built its first roadway. I wouldn't doubt if it was its first roadway, but it was a massive bridge that runs by the. We have the Pepsi Center, Coors Field, and uh, whatever the hell, Ball or Empower Field or whatever the hell it's called. It's Mile High Field too. All Denver people. Oh my God! Look at that! I got on the floor to look for something under the bed, and looks like I need to freaking clean under the bed. Anyways, I. So they redid this whole project, which it's the main route to get to DIA. And of course, that was going to be a pain in the ass. They engineered it. It's supposed to be like, all awesome. And then the first heavy rainfall, the bitch floods. It's about 10 feet high of water. Oh, the engineers didn't account for this and the pumps didn't turn on. Okay, well, that was like, $2 billion wasted money. But hey, they got it fixed supposedly. Then they decide we're going to revamp this section that's called 6th Avenue. And 6th Avenue exits on, exited, oh my God, it exits on to the main highway, I-25. And, that connects all the way up through Wyoming and freaking Nebraska and whatever else is north. I know the other states that are north. I just don't know how far I 25 goes before it changes to something else. And I 25 south. But they do it, 6th Avenue's like, I would say, almost at the center point of Colorado or of the city. It's not necessarily where all the buildings are at, but it's kind of like on your way to get to certain spots. I mean, when you have your main ramp or one of your main ramps leading you to go to downtown Denver or to go to Colorado Springs or to go to Fort Collins or CU in Boulder, you know, it's a very, prioritized stretch of road that they had to build. But the way they built this was so fucking half-assed. It's actually caused more delays than anything else. People don't know how the hell or why they would build the ramp in the middle of 6th Avenue, basically splitting traffic into a fork. Hey, either go left or right or cut off somebody, or just go straight if you want to go up this ramp that's right in the fucking middle without any, curl arounds or whatever. Let's just make it straight. It's stupid as hell. And the part that's the worst is I 25 going southbound, which usually come rush hour stretches for about maybe 2 miles worth of cars. I don't know why. So I go down and I'm trying to get on this street called Santa Fe. And out of nowhere, I've seen this shit in movies, but I've never had it happen to me personally. This lady pops up out of like nowhere, sprays all this shit in my window, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And she starts cleaning the goddamn windows with the cleaner and all that. I'm like, I don't have any cash. Like, I just have a debit card, and if you fucking have like, one of those transmitters, then you just jiving people. So I know, you better not be jiving me, but I have no scratch on me. I just have my card. She's cleaning my windows and stuff, and honestly, this is the first that this has ever happened to me in my life. I've seen it many times on movies and TV shows and all that. And then after she's done, I'm telling her, no. I'm the first car there. And I'm like, and she looks at me like fucking with the guilt trip. And I'm like, I told you I had no cash. And I know she could understand me. I'm Hispanic. This is a very Hispanic populated area, given that there's a Home Depot right there. So any Home Depot has a lot of Hispanics near it. That's a racial joke, so please don't get offended. I'm just having fun with this. But no, she was Hispanic. I know she spoke English because when I said, I have no money, I pulled out my wallet and said, look, I have a card. And she's still like, and I'm like, I told you not to wash it. I was turning on the wipers so you would stop, but, maybe you fucked up my wiper blades or something. So I was like, man, just the variety of personalities that come out. But I still love it. I still love this city. This city is awesome. For the most part, except Jefferson County. Every county's cool as hell. And, yeah, there's a lot. Like I said, I've made the statement before. Colorado has grown by 19% in the last, 5 years, or its economy in the last, 5 years, or some crazy number like that. And, we have the mountains. We have the sand dunes down south. We have just about everything you could think of. We don't have a lot of lakes. That's one thing I noticed. But other than that, we have some rivers. We have Grand Lake, where my cabin burned down. I don't know if I ever showed you guys those pictures, but it's heartbreaking. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull up those pictures and show you guys. It's fucked up. Anyways, so you guys may or may not know this guy. He really plays off his voice, which, if I'm being honest, it's always annoyed me for some reason, but because he relies on it too much, and he really, really is hyperbolic with it, really to the max. And he started a new series. He normally focuses on the paranormal, but now he's doing more or less, he's come out with, I guess, a revamped channel, or maybe it's a different channel that he's coming out with. Either or. He has millions of followers, but now they're collections of, instead of paranormal stuff, scary shit, people at their craziest and stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy this, because some of them are pretty fucking wild. Excuse my language, but without further ado, I have it queued up. Traffic, my favorite. I hate traffic. Here we go. Let me turn this off. Running into the air conditioner when it's what? Usually it tells me the temperature outside. Okay, here we go.
Scary videos you've probably never seen before. Number 5, Blade Man. A normal day at the hair salon in Northcote, Australia is rudely interrupted by a man acting very strangely. At first, his behavior only seems weird. But then, it becomes threatening as he pulls out a large blade.
Man, that chick got some nerve. Look at her. Okay, yeah, it's a little bit.
Some of the girls head for
You
cover
can't
in the
even
back
intimidate
room
women.
while the manager keeps her cool.
And I don't mean that to sound in a sexist way, because women are some of the most bravest. I mean, I've seen some brave women, like, will get down if they need to. And I'm not talking about fighting, but will confront somebody like it's no one's business. Like, yeah, mad respect. I mean, I even became subject, or, more or less, what's the word I'm looking for? Submissive. Like, sorry, I didn't mean to, offend you. Sorry. Women, yeah. And this girl's like, nope, not on my watch.
Returns to her client and then simply asks him to leave. He complies, and she closes the door, locking it behind him. Here's footage from a few days later. The man returns.
Yeah, sorry.
The hell's it? Maybe he's trying to, like, go and show that he wants to be a hairstylist. I mean, look at his hair. It's in fashion, right?
But thankfully, the salon door is locked and he can't get in. What he wants there, only he knows. Number 4, cat rescue. It's only a matter of time before this cat's claws snap. Captured on video in Brazil, this cat is clinging for its life from the protective netting of a window. Neighbors noticed the cat and called the fire department. When the fire department arrives, they run a long ladder up to the cat, who meows with gratitude. After some time, someone climbs the ladder to save the poor creature.
Nope. I mean, I love a cat. I would catch it. Yeah, levels.
After securing his footing, the man takes a surprisingly long time to convince the cat to stop clinging to the window.
Ele é manso, ele é manso.
Mas que eu acho que ele não está estressado.
Não, para de deixar
Ô senhora, deixa aberto para eles isso aí, ó.
Ele fecha por si.
Mas então tem que dar outro troque. Seguiu ele vai, não?
In fact, it looks like the cat is stuck. The man appears to use a tool to pry something open.
Para a casa dele. Segura ele aí então que chegou o dono do gato aí. Ele vai abrir a janela lá.
After a while, someone opens the window and helps free the cat from the inside.
Mas agora ele abre.
Agora chegaram lá, chegaram lá. Olha o bichinho conheceu ele aqui.
Cara.
I love seeing stuff like this. clapping like I'm.
Olá! Uma ligada que eu posso
In the end, the cat was shaken but survived its great misadventure. I guess this is one of its 9 lives. Number 3, Machete Man. What is up with this guy? This video was captured at 3 in the morning in Oakland, California. A group of guys are hanging out inside their apartment when in the morning and
Tell me that almost didn't seem like action. He's standing still. Then all of a sudden he walks with a great purpose.
this is one of its 9 lives. Number 3, Machete Man. What is up with this guy? This video was captured at 3 in the morning in Oakland, California. A group of guys are hanging out inside their apartment when they hear a disturbance outside. They head out onto their fire escape and witness this.
Why not? Why can't you shoot the ground? All you can do is throw a Why you want to shoot the ground? You got a gun. Shoot the ground!
The man is wielding a large machete and he's threatening to hit a motorist car with it unless the man shoots the ground, assuming the motorist is armed. Why? How should I know?
Shoot the ground. If you don't shoot the ground, I'll come over there and smash the car.
As the man escalates, glass bottles are thrown.
Shoot the ground! How are you missing this ground? Ow! That hurts! Let me cry! Don't go back! Oh, I missed! I guess I can walk for your
You missed. You're kind of like Russell Wilson for the Broncos this year.
More threats follow, and then the man is true to his word.
Ready, set, go.
Hurt today. Oh, Pip! You watching this? Oh, He chases after this stranger's car, and finally, he catches it.
This freaking dog? I told you he crazy. Calling you at 3 o'clock in the morning for no reason. I told you he's tripping. Ooh, you done f***ed up now. He just slapped this car.
After whacking the rear end of the man's car with his machete, the game is on. I'm not sure who wins, but it's already off to a scary start. Number 2, Road Rager. On a sunny day in Sunnyvale.
So, if you really, like, I am very tolerant of a lot. I spoke this many times. I don't mind people being prejudiced towards me or saying prejudiced, words. I don't mind quite a lot. The only 2 things that get me like boiled is if somebody like says something extremely, extremely bad about my family or road rage. My mom tells me I have road rage whenever I take her places or I go pick her up when we go hang out for the day or something. She thinks I have road rage because I bitch when somebody is, cutting into a spot that's only a car, as long as the length of the car. I remember when we brought our daughter home from the hospital, like I was driving like none other slow, obeying the speed limit, seatbelts all the way up to the max. I mean, but that's when I started noticing people how bad they drive, and especially here in Colorado, for as much as it's boomed, rush hour is a bitch, and people do this. I've always said I would propose the idea that if somebody gets into a road rage type of accident during rush hour here in Colorado, they should have their license suspended for a year. That's how much they piss me off.
California, things get heated between a cyclist and driver. The cyclist starts his journey perfectly fine.
That's the other thing. I truly believe cyclists have no business on the road during rush hour times. You know, if it's like, let's say between 9 and 3, cool. But I've seen so many cyclists disobey red lights, disobey stop signs, disobey rules of the road. You know, they're well aware they're slowing down traffic. There ain't no goddamn Lance Armstrong, you know, roided up, going as fast as they freaking can. You know, they build them, you know, their bikeway here in Colorado. Great. It's all marked, all fancy green. You know, hey, this is for our bicyclist community because Colorado's so healthy, which, you know, we pretty much are besides weed. And, you know, we're one of the thinnest states or some shit. But anyways, if it's during rush hour, they don't need to be on the middle of the goddamn street like this idiot is. He's already pissing me off, regardless of the outcome.
None of the other vehicles seem to have a problem sharing the road with him.
As far as you know. Okay, cool. He's not blocking the traffic behind him. But that's going to make somebody nervous right there. Okay, I respect him for doing that. Look at, oh yeah. See, he's good. He's doing it right.
But watch what happens when the cyclist is stopped behind this truck at a stoplight. That horn was the car behind him. The driver honks loudly after the light turns green for who knows what reason. Let's see what happens.
What is wrong with you?
Get away from me! You're driving down the road!
It's illegal to ride on the sidewalk.
No, get over there on the side! Get the out of my way! Get out of my way now!
It's illegal to ride on the sidewalk.
I'm gonna grab that thing and rip it off. Get the out of my way!
The driver apparently wants the cyclist to ride on the sidewalk, but
Okay, I don't go to that level. I'll just be telling them, like, man, you're slowing down traffic. Honestly, that's about the most I'll do unless they're being aggressive first, and I'll be like, fuck you.
a bike is technically a legal vehicle, which means it's supposed to be ridden on roadways, following the flow of traffic and abiding by all traffic laws and signals. Regardless, the cyclist doesn't argue, as he sees there's no reasoning with this road rager, so he returns to his bike and leaves, being the bigger man.
Get your bike! Get your
All while the driver continues to scream at him and starts honking again. Although the run-in with that rage-fueled man could have escalated quite severely, a second driver gives him some faith in humanity again.
Yeah, he's got some road rage issues. Yeah, I'm alright, thank you.
See, okay.
Despite the lovely lady's concern, I'm sure the first encounter isn't something that cyclist will be able to shake quickly. I've got a challenge for you. 5 seconds and 10.0. A magnitude 7.0 quake occurred in Alaska in November of 2018, and its strength was captured on this home's security cameras. As the homeowner starts to feel the quake, he quickly goes into dad mode, scooping up his daughter and rushing to safety. And then the real action begins. Others rush out after him. Here's the quake again, this time from outside.
That adrenaline rush, you just don't even feel that cold. That's scary.
Although it seems to end relatively quickly, the massive quake caused severe damage to buildings and a highway overpass, but thankfully, everyone was alright. These aren't your
So for us here in Colorado, the worst we get probably are tornadoes. Every now and then, where the airport's built, DIA, it's in a part called Tornado Alley, which is essentially between here through Oklahoma, part of Nebraska, I believe, and then blizzards every now and then. We get pretty awful hailstorms. That's for damn sure. I'll have to upload a video too here of one tornado that was a funnel cloud that had formed over us when we were practicing for softball, because you know churches like playing softball. So while we were practicing, one of my buddies at the time from there, this was a marriage group, so this is when I was still married. Real cool, nice guy. He played college baseball, but he tore his, needed that Tommy John surgery because he was a pitcher. And then another one of our buddies, he used to play, he got drafted by the Seattle Seahawks as a lineman. Then he went from Seattle to, he had his helmets. Went to Seattle to, I can't remember the second one, but then he was traded to the Broncos, and he tore both his knees in camp, so he was cut. And he was, I mean, I think I'm a big dude, 6 foot, nearly 6'4", 225. He was like 6'6", about 320, but not just a sloppy 3 fat 20, like just a big dude. So while we're out there practicing, this funnel cloud is a trip. I'm gonna have to see if I can find it and upload it. So that text I got, dinner just arrived, but I'll be uploading here pretty quickly. So I'll see you guys soon. Wait, I'm doing the peace sign too quickly. Peace.